Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. Welcome to another What Else is Going On, aka We Go Podcast YouTube video. I'm your girl, your host, Taria. I hope y'all are staying cool, making y'all money, drinking y'all water, eating y'all vegetables or fruit or whatever is good for your body and keeping it pushing. I said it in my Miami review, but I'm going to say it again. I want to shout out or say, hey, girl, to Miss Zipporah. I met her this weekend at Chick-fil-A. My mom was in town. And I wanted to say it on this video because she said she watches. And I wasn't sure if she watches recaps or just videos that are not recaps. So, hey, girl, hey. Just wanted to say hi. All right, y'all, let's get into some things. I wanted y'all to be the first to know. This is an exclusive for y'all. I will not, I repeat, I will not be joining season 17 of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. News y'all already knew, right? News y'all kind of figured, thought never crossed your mind, sort of like what I'm about to tell you. Miss Brit Eady, yeah, just like I announced me not joining season 17 of RHOA, she's announcing that she won't be returning, that she's done. News that we already knew, probably already figured out when she didn't go to the reunion. But let's get into it. Miss Brit Eady said, as I close this chapter, I want to thank everyone who supported me, my friends, my followers, my amazing team, and everyone who defended my name. I decided to walk away from something that no longer serves me because I choose peace over destroying my mental. It's very easy to say what I should have done when most have not walked a day in my shoes. I choose me in caps, and a lot of people can't say they choose themselves. I still have a lot of healing left to do, but you can't heal in the place that made you sick. I mean, that is a true statement. I don't owe anyone closure. I only owe myself to do what's best for me. My journey here is done. Brit with the kissy lips. Um, we knew that. Again, just like my announcement about RHOA. You didn't even have to make one. We just knew. All jokes aside, good for her for recognizing though if it's not the place for her. I just wanted y'all to see. Good for her for recognizing that it may not be the place for her. I still wish she would have closed it out by going to the reunion and standing on the big business that she did this season. I wanted to see her at the reunion. Towards the end of the season, I was like, okay, Britt, you ain't wrong. And some of the things that she was saying with Shamia, with Kelly, she wasn't all the way right, but she wasn't all the way wrong, in my opinion. My opinion. And yours, she may have been wrong about it all, but in my opinion, she wasn't all the way wrong. So I would have loved to have seen her. Let me not say loved. I would have liked to have seen her at the reunion taking these girls head on. But she says she don't owe nobody closure. She can only do what's best for her. And I remember, we people were saying she fell out with everyone on the cast, but she talked to Portia and Phaedra, right? Phaedra a couple days before the reunion. She talked to Portia the night before. So it wasn't her against everyone, unless she felt like when they got there, they were going to switch up. I don't know. We didn't need the announcement. We kind of assumed that. We do wish her the best, but I will say, if she had shown up in this look, she would have got best dressed for me if she would have shown up. From the hair to the outfit, I love it all. Let's see. There's something else I wanted to show y'all. Look, I think she looks absolutely beautiful. Again, she would have killed the look for me, most certainly. I'm going to show y'all what she released. She dropped her own little reunion trailer, non-trailer, but I'm not going to play the music. Y'all see? She says, Brady, no Brit, no reunion. Um, Shout out to my girl Renee Nicole. She said, no, man, because you could have just shown up. 1000%. Diva Erica De Niro said L. Exactly. You could have just shown up. I really wish you had shown up. But like I said, I'm not going to play the music, but this is her. I mean, this would have been so dope had you shown up. Like, she was killing it. But girl, no, you did not show up. And for me personally, I don't want to hear it now. No Brit, no reunion, all that. Oh, child. I didn't even, in her video, she turns silver. Oh, okay. Well, Brit's officially not coming back. She says she can't heal in the place that made her sick. I do agree with that. Outside of Housewives, I do agree with that in life, child. If it's the place that made you sick, you can't heal. So onward and upward, I guess, Brit. And we're about to move on to, I want to get into Miss Stephanie from the Real Housewives of Miami. Are y'all watching Miami? I'm enjoying it. Again, I'm not liking the whole, I feel like they're trying to isolate Gertie and making her seem like she got to change her actions. She's loud, she's defensive, she's sensitive. When Alexia, Lisa, Marisol is sneaky, because we know Dr. Nicole says she found out Marisol hired a private eye to follow her and Anthony, allegedly. So all the ladies have some stuff with them, but Gertie is the one that's supposed to change. Anyway, let's talk about. Hold on one second, y'all. I gotta pause it real quick. I'll be forgetting I don't have to tell y'all I pause because I don't think you see a pause in the video. But anyway, anyway, let's get into Miss Stephanie. How do you say her? Do you say Shoji? Is that how you say her last name? I want to say it right, but from the Real Housewives of Miami. So we know Miss Stephanie came in like, look, I got money. I ain't got no kids. Birkins over boogers. I ain't changing no diapers. I've always wanted to make money. That's what I like. That's what I do. By the way, my pet peeve is talking about penises and folks being late. And if you talk about or do either one, I'm gonna let you know. She had to ask me anything. That seemed like it went a little bit to the left, just a little bit. So rumors had come out that she was her husband's mistress. He is older, and she wanted to make it very clear that when they first met, she really wasn't interested. Well, she told him no because she didn't want people to assume she was a gold digger, right? They ended up getting together. So this is according to Reality Blurb. RHOM Stephanie Shoji denies being husband's ex-wife assistant. Yeah, because that was the rumor she was the assistant. And slams that she slept her way up. Plus, she reveals if she'll return. I can go ahead and jump that for you. She said, let's concentrate on this season. But let's get into her AMA. So on her Instagram story on Sunday, she did a ask slash tell me anything. So it was more of a AT, ask, tell me, yeah, ATMA. And she was forced to defend herself against claims of sleeping her way to the top of being her husband's ex-wife. That's what it is, former assistant. People were saying that she was the assistant of her husband's ex-wife and then took him from her. So somebody told her you slept your way to the top. She said if sleeping your way up worked, you'd be on top too. See what happened? Because by the looks of your profile, you slept your way to the Walmart clearance aisle. She then responded to someone who mentioned the recent rumors via a viral Reddit post regarding the way in which she met her husband, who's 65. The rumor alleges Stephanie started out as the assistant of her husband's now ex-wife, a claim that Stephanie is denying. So they say, is the rumor true? Were you his ex-assistant? She says, assistant, I've never even met the woman. Let's be clear. Rumors like that don't start from truth. They start from bitter people looking for attention, but I get it. When people can't be a part of the story, they try to rewrite it. Someone else wanted to know if she's going to be a part of season 8. So they say, are you going to do season 8? She says, let's concentrate on season 7 and making sure it's the best season and most watched. I think the fans of the show should post more and make Rome way more popular than it is. Another question, what would you like to change in yourself if you're able to? I'm a little too judgy, definitely hot tempered, and I've got an attitude. The good news, I never stay mad for long. I let it out, sleep it off, and by the next day, I'm over it like it never happened. I think that's really good. However, if somebody comes across hot tempered with an attitude and they come at you like that based on something they perceived, and then the next day they're like, oh, child, I'm cool. The other person may not just be, oh, child, I'm cool. You know what I mean? So while it's good that she can get over things in life, the person on the receiving end may not be that quick if she wasn't in the right. I mean, if that person was in the right. But then at the end of the day, that don't even matter. So it's good that she recognizes it. So let's keep going. Reality Blurb says, as the chat continued, Stephanie's questions and answers became harsher. Somebody said, it's not funny, but because people do way too much and say way too much online. I know that. Stephanie said, I can't stand you, but I'm still hooked on watching you. She said, it's okay. I'm noticing a pattern. All the unattractive people can't stand me, and all the pretty ones adore me. Try a little Botox. That maybe will help you, baby. Ooh, I mean, I have to stand by. I always say you can't dictate someone's response when they come for you. I mean, she did say it was a ask slash tell me anything, but I guess she didn't let them know I will be responding the way I choose to respond, whether you like it or not. There's a part of me that feels like if you say I have an ask slash tell me anything, you need to be prepared for whatever may come your way. But then the other part of me is that that doesn't mean you have to take it, but also you open yourself up. I don't know. Child, she said, it's okay. I'm noticing a pattern. All the unattractive people can't stand me, and all the pretty ones adore me. Try a little Botox, and that will help. Maybe that will help. Somebody said, you dress horrible. She said, I love to dress like you, but looking cheap on purpose isn't really my thing. Child. Now, I want to get into the ex wife of it all when she said she was not the ex wife's assistant, and that basically they got together on the everything was on the up and up. But I want to go to something that I just found. The ex-wife, one second, hold on. All right, so this is what I'm going to do. In a lawsuit filed in February of 2023, that was 2012, Phaedra, but anyway, in a lawsuit filed February 2023, so 2 years ago, Stephanie's husband, Masad, his ex-wife, Lamas, and the pair's daughters, Annalise and Lilibet, accused Stephanie of defamation after she spoke out about her relationship during an interview on the Divorce Not Dead podcast in December of 2022. So Stephanie did an interview in December of 2022, spoke out about her marriage to Masood, is that how you say it? And the ex-wife and her two daughters filed a lawsuit again and accused Stephanie of defamation. So this is what happened. So the false and spiteful statements portrayed by Miss Lamas as incompetent, careless, lazy, and hateful, and portrayed the daughter. Okay, so basically they're saying Stephanie made comments that portrayed the ex-wife as incompetent, careless, lazy, and hateful, and portrayed the daughters as ungrateful, spiteful, and overall dreadful women who have abused the goodwill and kindness of Mr. Shojaee, their father. According to the outlet, Stephanie raised the ex-wife's ire by comparing their respective relationships with Masood. So Stephanie said, Mr. Shojaee and I are an unstoppable force versus when he was with his ex-wife, who wasn't a workaholic, didn't go to work, didn't really care to work so much. She spent probably more money. She just didn't have a social media to flaunt it. So that's all she said. And then the lawsuit, the ex-wife's lawsuit ended up being dropped in October of 2023. So Stephanie and Masood married in 2019, 1 year after Masood finalized his divorce from his previous wife. So they may have gotten married a year after his divorce was finalized. We don't know how long those people have been separated. They could have been separated for a while, but that was the word on the curb, was that she was the assistant and then she kind of worked her way in. She's saying that's not true. The ex-wife and his daughters had filed a lawsuit against Stephanie, saying what she said was defamatory and painted the ex in a negative light. This Miss Stephanie is coming in with a bang, honey. What do y'all think of Steph? Do y'all like her? I said Steph, child, like we've been knowing her. Do y'all like her? Do y'all want to see more of her? I'm ready to see what causes her and Alexia to go at it. I'm wondering if it's because Alexia was late, because I said in my Miami review, I think this is going to be her thing for the season, lateness. And we know in every housewives group, there's one or two that are going to be continually late. We don't know if production is giving them a different call time. Look at Drew consistently showing up late, as we say, but again, we don't know what's production giving her a different call time. If she was always showing up late, I want to know, what does she have going on? You got 3711 assistants. Nobody could get you ready and get you to your scenes where you need to be, or were you working? I don't know. Y'all let me know if y'all are looking forward to seeing Miss Stephanie a little bit more. Child, Miss Stephanie said it's a ask me slash tell me anything, but the answer you get back, you just may not like. Love y'all, and I will be back later with my Atlanta review. See you later.